Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel 18 Crosstrek Man, and my name is Brandon. And today I'm just going to be doing a quick review of things I like and things I don't like about my vehicle. And I'm going to mention them from just like an everyday driver, everyday person. I'm not going to go too technical, so it should be very easy to relate to. And I'm just getting gas right now, so that's what I'm up to right now. So I'm going to start with some of the things I like. Some of the things I like may not necessarily be related to the Crosstrek itself, where I'm saying number one, I really like 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Yes, you could get another vehicle that has more ground clearance, or even other Subaru models like the Forester, I believe, and even the Outback, they have that same ground clearance. But I really do like that. Having that in a vehicle, I think it's really nice compared to just a sedan, and especially in Houston or even a sports car. In Houston, you have a lot of potholes. You have some steep driveways, so just not having to worry about that. And as you may see from this video, you may see a lot of kind of bouncing or shaking. It's because these roads are not the best here. So that's really nice. Number two, it drives really well. It's very smooth, even on these crazy roads. My fiance has a C300. It's a newer one too. It's the latest generation. It's a 2017, and even just driving that back to back with this vehicle on these same roads, this definitely drives a lot smoother, and it just takes these roads better, balances that out. So I really do like that. And number three, it is nice and quiet. I can't compare it, unfortunately, to the first generation because I never had one, and even just doing a quick drive, I don't think I would be able to really tell. But I think it is fairly quiet in here, so I do like that. Number four, I can say the interior is very nice. I had a 2013 Subaru WRX, so that's what I'm comparing it to, and I can say the latest generation or design of Subaru, it's much nicer. You have some more soft touch materials, and even on the door you have like this carbon fiber material look, which it does look nice. I mean, I know it's not real, but it does look nice. And these gauges, you get this, I don't know the size, if it's 5.9 or what exactly, but the higher one and just the in-dash, the unit for the nav, it is nice. Touchscreen, works well, and some other features are moving on to, I'm not even sure the numbers anymore, I'm not really counting, I'm just kind of listing them, is I do have the eyesight. I think it works really well. I drove this car home from Austin to Houston, so I did use it, and it really helped that drive, so I didn't feel as tired or fatigued when I got to Houston because I was using it. So it helped, maintain the speed by braking and accelerating based off the traffic and keeping the distance. And I think the CVT transmission works great. I have no complaints. I think it's just fairly well. It doesn't have any issues. To be honest, I haven't used it, I can't even think of them. What do you call these right now? Sorry, I can't think of the word. I'm having a brain fart. But to shift kind of manually, where you use the levers here and the steering wheel. Sorry, I for whatever reason I'm just totally blanked out. I can't think of the right name for it. But the transmission, I think, it works very well. You don't have like any issues with it. It's just very smooth. Or I heard something. It's like a limited gear, so it's smooth. Let's say that. I like that, you get a reverse camera, so it helps me, kind of see. It works well. And of course someone's crossing and we have a green light here. But anyhow, that's not the discussion here. I do have the Harman Kardon upgrade, which I think is really good. I think it's a really good system. It's not, I would say, for your audiophile, it's not like the best. I'm sure there's better systems, speaker systems, and kind of settings you could do, but out of the box, when you upgrade to the Harman Kardon, I think it works really well. You got some good bass, nice and clear, so I really do like that. And seats are comfortable. One thing though is the headrests are a little bit hard, but when you're driving, you're not like resting your head, so it's not really a big deal. But the seats itself are comfortable. I do like that, and just it's really easy to get in and out of. So overall, I think the vehicle's great. And I guess the last thing I will touch on is the power. I know 152 horsepower on paper, it does sound slow, and I don't even know the weight of the vehicle, to be honest. I think maybe it's in the 500 or somewhere in that range. I could be totally wrong. I'm just kind of going based off what I believe it is. But it does have enough power. I mean, there is instances where I could say, yeah, if you see a nice car and maybe you're on the freeway and they're driving kind of quick, like, you can't pass them, or it really kind of takes some work or some time. It's not instantaneous. But I would say 90% of the driving time, you're fine. You could pass cars. And I'm being silly here, but other day I was driving and there was a Lamborghini Huracan driving, and they were just cruising, and I need to exit, so I just sped up. I passed it, and I get, if it was accelerating, heck no, I would not be able to pass it. But I'm saying most times cars are just driving their speed, and this Lamborghini I'm talking about, you'll pass them. It doesn't matter. It could be the fastest car in the world, it could be the slowest car in the world. You'll pass them. You have the power to do it. You could accelerate on the freeway, fine. So definitely power, you don't have a problem. Just getting to the gas station right now. So I'll talk about the things I don't like after I get some gas. So I'll be right back, and then we'll cover that. I just filled off my tank, and I had about a little under a quarter. Had to get about a little over 11 gallons, and it was about $25. I think it was somewhere around $2.20 a gallon. That's the going rate for octane 87. So that's really nice. Gas isn't too pricey. But I do want to cover now some of the things that I don't like about the vehicle, or I wish were different. And these things I would say are very being nitpicky, possibly, because it doesn't affect the driving of the ability of just the car itself. These are just things, I guess, maybe comfort features, or just things I wish they had. Number one is, I don't think you could see, but if you can see it, for the sunroof, moonroof, I'm not really sure what the difference is, to be honest, but whatever they call it here, whatever the difference is, please feel free to comment and share what the difference is. The switches for that, it doesn't light up. So I think like everything pretty much in the vehicle like lights up, like the windows, or most of the things. And up here you even have like the SOS thing light up. It doesn't light up, so at night it's like you can't see it. It's like kind of hidden. So I wish they had that light up. That's one, I guess, quirk. And another quirk is on the panels, and I'm sure you've seen this in many videos, the front has that carbon fiber look, it's glossy, and on the back it has that dry carbon fiber look, so it doesn't match. So that is like a quirk, and I wish they either did like the dry look or they did the glossy look, and they chose to do both. Glossy in the front, dry looking in the rear. So that's the second quirk. Number three, I wish they had a power liftgate, tailgate. It's manual, and I get the class of this car. That's probably why they haven't added it. But I believe Mazdas, the CX-3s, and CX-5 might be more comparable to a Forester. But they seem to have pretty advanced features like that. I think you could even get like head-up displays. So I wish some of those technology features or just electronic features were available in this car, because you do have this pretty, I would say, advanced eyesight system. So I feel like that would have been something nice they could have added. What else? I'm trying to think. The gas tank is another little thing that annoys me. My fiance, I said, has a C300, and actually had a BMW before, and you could just press the gas tank, like, presses it, it opens it up, like pop it up, and then just fill up. Here you actually gotta pull the lever to pop the door open so you can fill up. You can't just like press it, close it. So it's not a big deal, but it's just something that I wish you could just do. If you don't do it when you get out of the vehicle, you can just press it and open it. What else? And as you can see, I'm kind of trying hard. I'm really trying to think what I don't like. So there's not really things that I don't like. I'm just kind of sharing things I wish that were different. So maybe they can make improvements when they refresh the vehicle. Just add these later. I don't think it would be too big of a deal for Subaru to do. Another one, and I know Rick, he makes Crosstrek videos and Porsche videos on his 996, I believe it is. The vents, where they are, the left side is fine, so the outer ones are completely fine, but the ones on the inner part of the vehicle next to the navigation system, they are annoying where they're located. So I feel like you can't really adjust this to where you want it, the inner vent or the right side vent for the driver, because you have the steering wheel. So if you go too down, it will actually close the vent, because that's how you close the vent. And then if you go up, it's just like your hand's in the way, it's blocking it. So it's kind of like the placement I don't really like, but how they designed this interior, this is really, I see, the only area they could have put it. So I mean, not a big deal. And that's another thing. Let's see, what else can I think of? And I'm just trying to share, things that I haven't really liked or I wish were different, because, I think this would help, a future buyer. But what else? I don't really have anything else that I could think of. I really talked about the things that I don't like. I'm gonna get some Starbucks real quick, some coffee, and if I think of some more things, I will talk about it and I'll include it in the video. But as of right now, that's really it. Overall, I love the vehicle and I'm really happy with the purchase. Another one I actually thought of, I wish there was dual climate control. There's only, it's only single. So I did wish there was dual climate control. Blind spot detection, I do wish, I know it's a pretty big light on the side, so you could see it in your peripherals, but I do wish it beeped, or you actually had an option to have it beep or not. And I mean, I know we don't want to rely on technology too much, but I got used to it. I know I'm referencing a Mercedes, but I believe they have the technology. They could have added it. The C300 my fiance has, it does beep, when there is someone in your blind spot. And I think it's when you're changing lanes, so it's not like if you're driving straight, it doesn't beep. So if you're gonna change lanes, I wish it beeped, and maybe it does in the Subaru, and I haven't caught it, or I haven't really gotten into that situation. So I mean, please feel free to comment down below, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't beep at all if you're changing lanes, and there's someone in your blind spot. It will just have the light on. That's another thing. But I thought about it. There's really nothing else to complain about or talk about. The car is just overall a great vehicle, and again, I just want to recap on one of the biggest things people complain about: the power and maybe even the body roll in the car. I think for this vehicle, it doesn't have bad body roll when you're taking turns. I mean, this is not a race car, it's not a sports car, so you don't get these huge heavy like bucket seats or side bolstering. So I mean, yes, you will move, you're not like planted in your seat, but for this vehicle, if you do take turns, it does stay pretty planted. You don't have bad body roll for this type of vehicle. And I think what I'm trying to reference is, I believe, the first generation Crosstrek. People did say it was, it needed some tweaks, like people added a bigger rear sway bar, and maybe even the strut bar over above the engine was added. But you can add it, but I think with this vehicle having the ability to do light off-roading, or some off-roading, you don't want that. So I think body roll is not a problem. It's actually really good, and I would say this car, just overall driving dynamics, is really good. And again, power, I don't think it's a problem. You're not buying a powerful sports car, but for what it is, it does have some decent giddy up, so it's not a problem. So I just wanted to share. Absolutely love the vehicle. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hey all, I just want to add one thing that I really liked. So for Apple CarPlay, you need to plug in the lightning cable. And you have a USB port right here, and there's two of them down here. There's two cables. So what happens is there's this. The cable goes here. And then you could just close it. So that really small detail, but I really like that. So you don't kink the cable or, you know, have to smash it. So really smart, and I'm sure that was because of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but one of the big features I do like. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.